Janus and Saturn cooperated and helped each other. Saturn, you see the scythe. Saturn related to death and endings. So Saturn, or Father Time, is often depicted with a child, because only with the out does the new come. Only with the death can the child be born. Only with the ending can there be a new beginning. And so we also see Saturn holding this Ouroboros, or the serpent biting its tail, which is the beginning and the end connected. With an ending becomes a beginning. And so as we move through the doorway with Janus, with January, then we have a new beginning. So the question is, as we look back, the elder Janus looks back, what are we ending? What are we ready and willing to end so that something new can begin? And it might be something relatively, seemingly minor. It doesn't have to be some massive thing, but like, what is something we can let go of, surrender, die to, so that something new can emerge, so that the child and the new can arrive, instead of just stacking up, old things. How do we let in the new? So Saturn holds that Ouroboros, and we see the Ouroboros, this beautiful Ouroboros in the center of really two dragon serpents, but biting the tail. And this really well represents the Arcanum 10, which in the center of that Arcanum, the main feature is the wheel of life, the wheel of samsara, turning and turning repetitiously. So that reminds us of return and recurrence and repetition. So that's what to be prepared for in the year to come, is there's going to be that tendency for repetition of history at a global level, for sure, but repetition in our own lives and recurrence. And how do we let go of what wants to keep recurring so that something new can happen? And Jeffrey's going to talk about really becoming positively causal, or causing new circumstances, letting new circumstances arise instead of just repeating things in the same way. So this is something to be really aware of when we work with the tarot. As if you've worked with the tarot, you know by now, especially the Christic Egyptian tarot that we work with, though sometimes we work with it to help guide us, it's really just a guide. It's not a clear answer to anything. It's just guidance. And so as we enter into this year of 10, some of the guidance is, hey, expect that law of return and recurrence, and that wheel of samsara, that wheel of repetition, that wheel of karma is going to be very active. There's going to be that pressure to just repeat that we could get sucked into. And so we're going to need a really alert, alive, inspired consciousness to not just get sucked into the wheel, because it's a mechanical pull. It's that lunar force, that mechanical pull that's going to want to suck us into repetition, recurrence, karma. So let's not be surprised by that globally and also intimately. Let's not be surprised by that. So we see here father time with the child, that new beginning, always related with the moon. Remember that Gabriel is the Archangel Gabriel represents the intelligence of the moon and is the annunciator, announces new births. And so Gabriel is an intelligence we can pray to when we want newness, when we want rebirth. So interestingly, though, in the Roman times, also like today, oftentimes this time of year, and in relation to Saturn, these celebrations would be, these celebrations of getting drunk and partying in the old Roman ways, and yet, interestingly, Saturn's virtue, the virtue that's sort of hidden within that apparent debauchery of Saturn, is temperance, balance, that kind of conservatism. His virtue is temperance, that way of, not doing, saying too much, not going too far. And so it is that we want to, with those Janus keys, we want to unlock what is the hidden gem, the hidden virtue within the temptation, within the lunar pull. So it's a very alchemical, Gnostic and esoteric way to approach life, is to get close to the fire without getting burned. We cannot be cold. We cannot avoid. We're not monks and nuns, ascetics away from the heat of life. We're close to the fire. We're in life, but we have that. We want to unlock the temperance within that, so that we don't get pulled in. So we're going to be involved in life. We're going to be observing the wheel of life. We're going to feel that lunar pull. But we have, especially when we conserve and transmute the creative energy, then we have that magnetism to be able to stand at the precipice of lunar pull, to just repeat and say the same old thing and do the same old thing. But we have enough will, we have enough force, we have enough magnetism to stand at that and make a different choice and be causal. Use actual willpower of the consciousness. Do something revolutionary. Like, don't say the thing. Right? And we can remember that debaucherous Saturn, the key, the virtue, is temperance. And that's a great strength.
This video is an excerpt from a talk held at the BC Gnostic Center in Vancouver, Canada. Gnosis is traditionally and ideally experienced in person, with direct and consistent connection between teachers and students and among community members, in which ample support, accountability, and collective learning take place. That being said, we do offer teachings via online videos so that everyone may contact these transformative teachings. We offer an ongoing online group of study and practice to support those sincerely interested in the wisdom, but who are unable to join a group in person at this time. A human interrelationship with a Gnostic group, so as to discover ourselves and to get to know ourselves through it, is fundamental. We encourage everyone to find a Gnostic school and community. May the light of consciousness guide us all.